Good morning, children, and welcome to the online teaching session. Students, today we will begin with a new topic, genetic material, genetic code, and protein synthesis. In this chapter, we will see genes, the detailed structure and function of the gene. Then we will see DNA, the structure of DNA, RNA, its structure, types of RNA, and then we will see about the protein synthesis. Now, let's begin with the chapter genetic material, genetic code and protein synthesis. Okay, so we will start with a gene. Now see children, this gene was a Mendel's factor. Okay, so what is this? This was Mendel's factor, and this Mendel's factor was given a name gene by a scientist named as W. Johansen in 1909. Okay, he was the first scientist who gave the name factor as a gene. Now, before this, it was considered that these genes are beads on a chromosome. Because till now the DNA was not at all discovered, so it was considered that this factor or this gene is behaving like a bead on chromosome. Suppose if I used to draw a chromosome, then the structure of the chromosome is something like this and it is behaving like a gene. So it is a bead. Okay, and this bead is called as a gene. Now, this was the earlier definition, and then it was considered as, now earlier point number 1 was, it was considered as a bead on a chromosome, and the chromosome was considered as a string. Okay, so if these were the string, then these beads were the genes. Now, after that second point, these genes were considered as a unit of function. Okay, again, it was considered as a unit of mutation, and it was considered as a unit of recombination. Now see children, what is the meaning of unit of function? Our gene is independently capable of doing all the functions, and these functions can transfer from one generation to the other generation, and that's why it is called as a unit of function. Okay, so now let's see. This alone, our gene is alone capable of controlling all the activities. Okay, capable of controlling all the activities of a phenotypic trait. Like if somebody is tall, then how the person is tall? Because gene is controlling the trait. If somebody is having black hairs, then how the hairs are black? Because the gene is controlling the trait of the color. So, it is treated as a unit of function. Now, this gene is also treated as a unit of mutation because there is any change in the gene, sudden change in the gene, then that is called as the mutation. And if any change is taking place and that change is going to the next and next generation, then that sudden change is called as the mutation. And that's why we can say that this gene is also responsible for any mutational change. Okay. Then this gene is a unit of recombination. Now we all know that this gene can combine with another gene. Okay. That is why the process of fertilization and all that we have already seen in our previous chapters, and we can get the new variety that is called as the recombination. So how the recombination, how the new varieties can occur? That is just because of the gene, and so we can say that this gene is a unit of recombination. Clear? But now all this gene is controlling each and everything. Each and everything. So the scientist had declared that, or they assumed that this gene is present on the chromosome and it has no dimension. Okay, it has no dimension and located on chromosome. Okay, it is located on a chromosome at a point. So this was the conclusion of gene when they studied about the structure and function, and when they studied the detailed structure of Mendel's law. Okay, then we got a definition of gene like this. Now after that, when more and more discoveries had occurred, then the scientist gave a new concept of the gene. Okay, so all this is the earlier assumption of a gene. Now we will see the modern concept of the gene. Clear? So let's begin with the modern concept of a gene. Number 1 point. So some new concepts. Now what are these new concepts? Point number 1 is one gene, one enzyme. This was the first concept. Now see children, what does this mean? Later on, scientists came forward, and the name of the scientists were Beadle and Tatum. Okay, Beadle and Tatum, they came in 1940. And they studied on a plant that is called as Neurospora crassa. So simply, they studied on Neurospora crassa and find out that the whole body is made up of the gene, okay, and the body is preparing some enzymes which regulate the body, and these genes are controlling the enzymes. So we can say that one gene controls one enzyme. See what I mean to say that? One gene controls the production of one enzyme. Now you all know about the enzyme. It is a chemical which is formed inside the body and it helps in the metabolic activities of the body. Now, how the production of the enzymes occur or it is controlled? The production of the enzyme is controlled by gene, and one gene controls one enzyme. Clear? So this was the Beadle and Tatum hypothesis on gene. Then we come to the second point. Now see, what was the second point? The second point was one gene, one polypeptide. Now, after this concept, we come to know that genes, these enzymes, are made of many polypeptide chains. Many polypeptide chains. Okay. So, what will be the conclusion? The conclusion came that one gene controls one polypeptide chain. Okay. So this was more basic. Earlier it was said that one gene controls one enzyme. Later on we come to know that our enzymes are made up of many polypeptide chains, and so one gene controls one polypeptide chain. So altogether, in conclusion, we can say that many genes control one enzyme. Understood? Because one polypeptide is controlled by one gene and many polypeptides form one enzyme. So we can say that one enzyme is controlled by many genes. Clear? Now see the third point. Beside coding for polypeptide chain, okay, this gene also code for mRNA and tRNA. In your class 11th, you must have read about the structure of mRNA and tRNA. And in our next topic, we will again discuss the same structures. Okay. So, this was the third point. That is, gene can also control or code for mRNA and tRNA along with the polypeptide. Now, we have seen the three functions of the gene. Number one, it used to control the production of the polypeptide chain. Along with this, it also code for mRNA and tRNA. Now, see the next point. That is fourth point. The overlapping of gene. Overlapping of gene in certain viruses code for one or more polypeptide. Okay, this is the fourth point. That is, these genes can be overlapped together. Now see children, we will see in this chapter only, when we will discuss about the protein synthesis and all, that genes are always read in triplets. Okay, we cannot overlap them. Like in the previous we have seen in the frame shift mutation, and I told you that genes are always read in the codes, and that's why it is always read in the triplet, and whenever we will remove or delete even a particular piece of a gene, then it will cause a problem. Okay, this we have already done. Now, so it is a problem in case of animals, in case of higher animals. But in case of viruses, what happens? Overlapping of gene can be done, and this overlapping can code for more than one polypeptide chain. Now next, in case of eukaryotes, okay, in eukaryotes, the coding is not continuous. That is, coding of gene is discontinuous. Clear? This also we will see when we will start the topic mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. Okay, then we will see how the messenger RNA can be broken into the pieces. We can get the exons as well as the intron. We can get the coding as well as the non-coding part. So we can say that in case of eukaryote, the coding of a gene is discontinuous. Continuously it will not code for anything. Okay, so this is our fifth point. We can get the coding and non-coding sequence. Okay, so this is all about the hypothesis of a gene. Now next we will see the function as well as the properties of the gene. Now see, the properties of gene. Point number 1. They determine the physical and metabolic function of the cell. And these functions, these characters transmit from one generation to other generation. So this is the first property, that is gene control the function of the cell, and this only transmitted from one generation to the another generation. Now, see the second point. These genes are situated on chromosome. This also we know very well. Then, third point. There are several genes on a chromosome. This property is also easy. Okay. Next point. These genes occupies a fixed position on a chromosome. Now see children, this is also important. This only will lead to the mutation if there will be any change. Okay. Next point. Genes are arranged in single linear order on a chromosome. So all these 5 properties are clear. That is, a gene determines the physical and metabolic character of a cell, and these characters only transmit from one generation to the other generation. These genes are situated on the chromosome. If they are situated on the chromosome, the number may be several. Okay? And after that, they always occupies a fixed position. Clear? And then on a chromosome, they all will be arranged in a single linear order. Now see, next point. A single gene may occur in 2 or 3 forms, and these 2 to 3 forms are called as the alleles. Now children, this term is also very common for us. Okay, what is the term? That genes occur in 2 or 3 forms. Okay, and these forms are called as the alleles, and these alleles express the contrast trait. This we have already read. Even we have seen that in some of the cases, more than 3 alleles control one trait, that we have seen in case of multiple allelism. Okay, when more than 2 alleles control one trait. So these traits, like these alleles, control the contrast expression. Clear? Like somebody is tall, then other one will be dwarf, and then capital D, and allele will be small t. Contrast pair will be controlled. So now, next point. If the genes are showing, okay, sudden change, genes can show sudden change, and this called as mutation. So this is the property of the gene. The gene can get altered. They can show a sudden change in all its property, in all its position, and that is called as the mutation. Clear? Next point. These genes present on the chromosome, they only transferred from one generation to the other generation, and after that, if there will be duplication of the chromosome in the mitosis, then definitely gene will also get doubled. Clear? Duplication, because genes are present on the chromosome. If we will make the copy of the chromosome, then definitely there will be the copy of characters, that is the gene. Understood? Now, this is all about the gene. The next point is function of the gene. Now this is also very easy. This we have already read. The function of the gene. Okay? Function of gene. Now see, number 1, it should be able to replicate. Clear? It should be able to make its own copy. This is the first point. Next point, it should be able to carry all the informations, okay, in the form of a code, and this only will transfer from one generation to the other generation. So this is all about the function of the gene. Now we have seen the previous as well as the new hypothesis of the gene, then properties of the gene and function of the gene. Now in the next part, we will see the basic structure of the DNA and the experiments to prove that DNA is a genetic material. Clear? Thank you.